Hello, everyone. All right. Happy Monday. Give me a comment if you are here with us live. Okay, cool. I can see that it is broadcasting. So tell me you're here. Say hello. I have just made a yummy cup of tea. If you want to read that in case there are any kids in your room, I don't want to read it out loud. But I felt like it would go really well, this mug, with today's theme of mindset magic, kickstarting your self-care. Hi, Stephanie. So I was with a client this morning and we did a card reading after the session, and the card that she got was super duper perfect. So I'm going to read it to us to kickstart this whole mini series that we're doing, this whole mini challenge. The card is Your Life is a Canvas. There's a black and white version of it. Hey, Adair. This one is from Starseed by Rebecca Campbell. So it says, can you guys hear my cat? Hold on. I'm going to go help my cat who's having a hairball. Live video action right then, but she stopped having her little hairball and started breathing right when I got there. So everything's fine with Spooky. She got a little too excited about self-care. Okay, so back to this card. The card is Your Life is a Canvas, and it says artist, manifestation, creative accountability. So let's take a big deep breath and listen to these beautiful words, because it is such a great beginning to our 3-day workshop here. You are the artist of your life, and your life is a canvas. Take responsibility for your ability to create. Earth is known as a planet of manifestation. Your present moment is based on the past thoughts and beliefs you hold. Your current thoughts determine your future. What kind of life do you want to create for the future? What are you being called to create? Reconnect with your manifesting power and align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the vibration that matches them. It's never too late to start, and no experience is required. All you need is an open heart and mind and consistent daily action. If you're not sure what you'd like to create, start instead with a feeling of deep gratitude for all that's good in your life right now. State out loud what you're most thankful for. Look for good in your life, and one thing will be certain: you'll find yourself attracting more and more good experiences into your world. This card is inviting you to see your entire life as a canvas, and the picture is completely up to you. Color it with your thoughts and feelings. Create the life that you most long to live. You may also be called to be more creative in your everyday life. What have you been called to create? How can you express yourself more creatively? So there we have it. I feel like that's a great introduction to this entire topic, which is thought is the invitation to change. So we are going into busy season during the holidays, and especially as women, men do this too, but especially as women, we tend to put ourselves on the back burner because we're busy making sure that everyone in our immediate family is taken care of, that our friends are taken care of, that our friends' friends are taken care of, that our family is taken care of. That's not even our immediate family, but maybe family coming into town, family that's not even local, family that is local. You get what I'm saying? It can be a lot. And it's easy for us to put ourselves on the back burner anytime, but especially when we are so busy with the holiday season. So that's why this 3-day meeting every day at 2 o'clock in this group is super important to me, because I want you to be able to make a choice right now. I want you to choose to commit to yourself. I want you to have enough self-respect for yourself that you're saying, no more. I'm going to turn that love within myself and be able to fulfill others because I fulfilled myself first. So with that thought in mind, thought is the invitation to change. What does that mean? Well, let's start with the basics of law of attraction. Say you are turning your radio on and you want to listen to the Elvis Duran show. I love listening to that every morning. Hi, Spooky. Everybody heard you, Spooky girl. So say that you want to listen to the Elvis Duran show in the morning. My 9-year-old son loves the Elvis Duran show. He thinks that the phone taps are the funniest thing in the entire world. So he wants to listen to that every morning, but when he's at my house, he rides the bus, so he can't listen to it. And when he's at his dad's house, his dad's girlfriend takes him to school. So he gets in the car expecting Elvis Duran radio show, right? Well, they don't listen to the radio show in the morning. They listen to country. So when you think of this example, Braden was expecting to be tuned to Elvis Duran, but instead he got country. Well, the same thing happens, if you think about it, with our body's frequency. Frequency is the vibration in which your body is attuning to. So if you are expecting one thing but end up getting another, it's because you're not tuning into the correct station. You're not tuning into the correct numbers on your radio dial, right? Not that it's a dial anymore, I guess. It's a button nowadays. But nevertheless, that's the point. We are responsible for our own frequency. We are responsible for that vibration. So when we're talking about and tying it in with self-love and self-care, take a second. What has your attention most of the time? Is it your kids? Is it your husband? Is it your work? Is it all of those things? So the point of today is to really hone in on what is in your mind. What radio station are you tuning into? And if you're anything like most people, I'm going to assume, including me, I'm going to assume that sometimes your radio frequency station is playing. Your radio station is playing. Okay, are you going to get down, honey? Your radio station is playing maybe some negative thoughts about, I don't know, your body, your abilities as a healer, your abilities as a mother, your worth as a mate. What kind of radio station are you tuned into in your head? Remembering the basics of law of attraction teaches us that what has our attention basically is what we get, right? So with that in mind, what energetic grid are you in? Taking the time to breathe through this question right now, ask yourself. Hi, Kelly. Are you in the overwhelm grid? Are you in the not enough grid? Are you just in a general fear grid? Are you in a stuck and indecisive grid? Are you in a depression grid? What is your energy grid? And when you feel into that, and this is going to be homework for more than just today, but today here our time, it's 2:10. So we have some time until tomorrow. We have 24 hours no matter where you're at. But what I'm saying to you is take some time in the next 24 hours, feel into and see, sense what grid you're tuning into the most, because law of attraction, right? You're creating an entire energetic imprint. You're creating your own radio station based on what's happening in here. So what's happening in here? The overwhelm, the stuck, the depression, the lack of clarity. What's happening in your radio station? And know that you do have the ability to choose something else. I am a Pisces, that's my sun sign. So I'm a water baby, daydreamer all day long, really up in here, but like in a good way. So one of my favorite things to do is to daydream. And I love to daydream about what ifs. So you can use that as a tool as well if you're working on creating more of a positive mindset in your head. But be careful, because I'm saying what ifs in a positive way. I'm saying, what if my life was this ideal XYZ way? What if this was happening in this way? Positive what ifs, not the negative cycling of what if, and then you're down back into the grid of depression and anxiety and worry. So be very careful with this exercise. What if, and then positive. That's number one tool. And again, I know I'm a Pisces, so I'm daydreaming all the time. This isn't going to work for everybody. I get it. But if you happen to be a water sign and highly imaginable, you have a great imagination, then join this exercise, okay? And use it for yourself for law of attraction. See, sense, feel, know whatever it is that you're working on with manifestation. When I was going through my breakup with my husband, my ex-husband, I would lay in bed at night and see, sense, feel, know who I was becoming. So it felt really bad in the moment because I felt heartbroken, deceived. I didn't know how I was going to survive with 3 children. Well, I was pregnant, so 2, and then her at the time. So I would go to bed dreaming, daydreaming and dreaming of what my life would become, of which I am now in. Okay, so that's where I'm bringing it in here with the self-care and the self-love. I imagined how I would feel about myself, because let me tell you, I did not feel good about myself back then. Not at all. I had a lot of self-doubts, a lot of insecurities, and a lot of really negative, horrible thoughts about myself and my worth. So instead of staying in that victimhood, instead of staying in that martyrhood, instead of staying on that energetic grid, I was creating a new energetic grid. I was attuning to a different radio frequency, right? Or radio station was my example. So I was changing my frequency little by little, as much as I could at night, just by doing that simple daydream exercise. So I was choosing something else. I was still feeling through things. So don't stuff down your emotions. Do not ignore your feelings. Honor them, feel them, express them in ways that feel good to you. But then choose how you're going to feel. So in the card description, when we're talking about thinking about the future, when we're thinking about the future, we can think positively. We can create those manifested intentions. We can build our ideal day, our ideal life when we're thinking about the future with this what if daydream, okay? So it's one huge thing that you can do. Basically, the secret here is that you're creating momentum. So, when you're having a bad day and it's just like everybody's raining on your parade and all these things are going wrong, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way, all these things are going wrong. Have you ever stopped to think about the momentum that these negative things are bringing on? It doesn't mean that that should be something you're fearful of. I'm just bringing awareness to the point that you can do the very same thing when it comes to positive thinking, positive feeling. Feel through all of the negative things, but then also you can completely create positive momentum based on all of the good things happening in your life as well. It's not just the negative momentum, everything horrible is happening and all these things have happened. No. You can create the very same energy in your life with the positive things. You can create a positive movement, a positive momentum, which again is literally just the basics of the law of attraction. And a way to do this, another way, is through gratitude. So there's this exercise where you can bring in some more joy, bring in some more awareness, and of course it involves writing. Because if you know me at all, you know that I love journaling. Get that out of your throat and out of your body. So the second exercise that I'm going to teach you about today is going to require 3 pieces of paper and 3 of your desires. So these desires can be anything from unconditional self-love to a new car, to opening your own business, even motherhood or parenthood. Anything at all, anything you desire. Just think of 3 desires. Write each desire at the top of each page. So remember, you have 3 papers, 1 for each desire. Just write the desire at the top. And then write why you deserve that desire coming true into your reality. Do not leave room here energetically for, oh, but that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because of this or blah, blah, blah. This is kind of like the exercise before where you're daydreaming. You are going to write why you deserve it, and you deserve it. You deserve anything like that. As long as you're not causing harm to anybody, you deserve everything you want, right? So in the unconditional self-love example, that's one thing that I wrote at the top of my paper years ago. And then I wrote why. Why do I deserve it? I, as you all know, am a recovering codependent, meaning I would rely on others to feel happy, to feel good about myself. So external validation, right? So when I wrote self-love, and then I had to figure out why I deserved it without cycling into a negative spiral, that was a difficult exercise. And I did it over and over again. By the way, you should do this over and over again. So I remember the first time that I did this, had on some healing frequencies. I'll drop one of my favorite healing tracks in the comments below when we're done so that you can put on some beautiful healing frequencies. But I began to write why I deserved this. I began to write why I felt that I deserved my own love. I began to write basically why I was good enough for my own love. Then turn the page over and write why you believe that you will achieve this. So in the self-love example, I wrote self-love, which is my desire at the top. On the first page, I've written why I want it, why I deserve it, why. Then turn it over and wrote why I believe that it's going to happen. And preferably, you're going to have an 8 by 11 page, okay? Not a small piece of paper. You don't have to fill the whole thing, but try to fill it as much as possible. Come back to it if you need to. Pay attention to your energetic grid in your body. What radio station are you tuning into when you're doing this exercise? And if it turns into overwhelm or anxiety or worry, stop, take a breather. Do a 4-7-8 breath where you breathe into the count of 4, hold it to the count of 7, and then you slowly breathe out to the count of 8. Let those negative feelings in, feel them, release them, and then return back to why you deserve this desire and why you think that you will achieve it. Why you believe you'll achieve it. This right here is the invitation to change. So here's your warning. It is October 17th. You've got 2 months left in this year, basically 2.5 in this year. And we're going into holiday season where we're all going to be busy. So again, I will say, this is your invitation. Thought is the invitation to change. You've got 2 exercises you can do, one or the other or both if you want to. First one would be the daydreaming of your ideal self, of your ideal life, gathering some desires that you know that you want, need. The second exercise is the entire invitation, writing down those 3 desires at the top of each page. So getting 3 papers, that desire at the top of each page, writing down the front, why you deserve that, and then flipping it over and writing why you believe you will achieve that. What you are doing is changing your energy. You are changing that energetic grid. You are raising your frequency. You are therefore working the law of attraction for you because you are believing in these desires that you are manifesting. All right. So give me a yes if that makes sense to you. If you all are still here, ooh, it's 2:22. Let me know what you think. If you're going to do this tonight, and just let me know. I can't remember if I told you guys what this tea is, but it's so good. It's by Tamed Wild. I think it's the Harvest Season Blend. It smells so good too. I don't even know what's in it, but it's like a perfect blend. And it's like not sweet, but it's kind of sweet. Like maybe it has cherries in it or something. So good. Okay, cool. Stephanie Adair said yes. Sweet. Awesome. Okay. So that is pretty much all that I have for you today. I want to leave you with remembering that momentum is everything when it comes to law of attraction. And it is okay to choose things that make you happy when we're going into busy season. I know many of you love oracle cards just like I do. So when I was feeling into creating that new upgraded version of myself from years ago, when I would daydream, I would pull cards on my phone, an app that I had on my phone, a deck. I still have that and I love it. But I would pull some cards because it made me happy. And then I'd move right into my ideal life and ideal Nicole daydreaming and dreaming. Those little things may seem very small, but indeed they add up. You're putting yourself in that ideal life. You're feeling it. And bringing in some tools or some activities that you like anyways, like oracle card reading. Can't get better than that. All right, well, I hope you all are having a fabulous Monday. I will see you tomorrow. And tomorrow we are going to talk about really how to reprogram a lot of that in your brain, right? So this is a part of it. The thought is the invitation to change, but tomorrow we're doing the art of telling a different story. So we're talking about daydreaming today and the page exercise, the 3-page exercise, but tomorrow we'll go into it even deeper about how we can really start retelling that story so that our brain and our emotional body, our physical body, our spiritual body, all of the bodies can really get on board and merge together. Okay. All right. So I will see you all tomorrow. And I will leave these videos up. So let me know if you've been watching the replay. Sorry about the cat incident in the earlier part. I don't know what was wrong with her, but she's fine now. So I'm thankful. All right. Bye, ladies.